come to the conclusion now, yeah. Oh, well, it could be my age, it could be my own unique individual internal abilities, could be life experience, but nothing seems to faze me, does it? Just take it in my stride, like, oh yeah, that's occurred. Like, yeah, for example, I don't know, it's coming up to 2 weeks. I discover online my mum's dead. The woman who gave birth to me, the woman I, call mum for years, died over 2 years ago. They had the chance to tell me, they just neglected not to. You know, I wasn't so much sad. No, I didn't shed one tear. The news clawed the cat into my God. I had to stop myself from crying. I said, it's all right, you got your glasses on, you'll get away with it. But no, honestly, the news had snuffed it. Oh, I was devastated at the fact that my mum had gone too well, whenever it was, 2 years odd ago, yeah. They all knew, no one knew. I'm conveniently left out of the obituary that you can. I don't know if I said this before, you can make online comments, yeah, for free. I ain't got round. I might. What they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Not as if they can find me, not as if they're bothered, is it? But, right, it's getting point across. Because, not exactly, none of the other cunts did her cleaning. None of the other cunts cooked for Dad when she wouldn't. None of the others fetched their fags when they were 4 with a child benefit book. Off you go. One of the most obviously, no way you go with it. So I thought, it wasn't, well, it was a local area, yeah, around the corner and that, but I was 4. I was sent off to go and do this job here because Dad was working away, so as he was pregnant too, I guess. I had the baby, I don't know. The young bit off I went. That was it. They tell you all this later. I didn't really recall. I recall many things, many aspects of abuse now. Well, I did. I just never vocalised it. It wasn't really the best thing to do then, so I kept it to myself. But now, well, I weren't even bothered when I did think she was alive. Nothing stopped me spouting off about her. But, now she's gone. She's finally stuffed it. Didn't even make 70. What a fucking shame. You know, the woman was a bitch. She'll tell you she wasn't. Or she can't now. Other people might pipe up. No, she was good. Oh, was she? She would have been. She was like that. She was like that. Horrible to me here. Hit me. All sorts as a kid. I spent, God, you think it's normal, you don't know, do you? Have your dinner, your lunch, whatever, yeah. And then I was up to the boot till at least till Dad came back from work. That's not normal, is it? It matter now. You get banished, you're gone. I was a chit chatter like jazz here. Well, I do not believe. My dad never hit none of us. He never would, because he went to school when people could hit you and that. Granddad hit him for being naughty. He did. It was a done thing. Then physical punishment was a done thing. And people started to go, it's not so good for him, is it? No, it is not. I've seen it in town not that long ago. We were walking in front, woman whacked a girl, she must have been 5, if that, what, in the middle of town. I said to Dad, if she's doing that here, what does she do behind closed doors? I don't believe there is such thing as a naughty. There isn't. There's bad parents who don't know how to deal with what they've created. And Italy ain't the answer. I think Dad was the same there. But old Mum, no, she weren't of that opinion. No, she was not. So, anyway. As I say, Claude's gone. I'm devastated. She find out she's gone. Don't give 2 hoots. I'm pissed off. Not because I was left out of the obituary, no. Because they could have fucking told me. As I said, I would have gone, oh, what a shame. I'm not bothered. But at least I would have known. Now I know. There we go. Now I know. But I was thinking this as well, you. Given something, oh, we've got concerns about your mental health, have you? What now? What, that I've got a diagnosis, or I've killed someone, or I'm talking to myself, or what is it today? I think you'll find that diagnosis is a weapon used against me at every level they can. Hence another trip to the solicitors, so I think you're fine. They're kind of grasping at straws there. I don't think they're very happy about the fact they know they're grasping at straws, so, There we go. What can I do? They're at fault, I'm not. I think you're fine. As I say, ain't like they weren't informed there where my news doctors was. No, it was not. It was repeated twice and recorded. So, whose excuse is that? Because the information's there. You know, it's funny how they won't, freedom of information exists, don't it? Yeah, they don't want to hand over. They do not. Nope, can't think why, can you? What's contained within them then? Because I can't lock them up. Well, probably busy beavering away doing that now. They can't. It's my right to have them and I'll get them, alright? I won't read them. Reading their bullshit. Pass them straight over to the appropriate party. It'll only make me break my hand up against the wall or a tree out here before we're done. Why you got on crutches? Well, I got a bit irate and just kicked the fuck out of a tree. You know, it was there. But now I wouldn't do that. But as I say, in the mother and baby unit with Jazz, we don't think you're schizophrenic. What? I never just said, no. Well, we need to talk to you. But what do you mean? Well, I'm here because I'm that age. Well, not anymore, you're not now. You're here because you've got another, you still got one. Oh, that's all right then, we're in the right place. I still have a mental health issue, yes. But it's not, are you sure? Yeah. Well, how comes? Well, we said, because he is an exceptional, the most exceptional consultant psychiatrist I've ever met. And he doesn't do the job he does and drive that car because, he deserves every penny he gets. Because I can't imagine he does it for that. That's not what comes across, to be fair. Not like some of the fuckers. No. He says, this is what he said. Not to me. A nurse, a very good nurse, had to relay all this to me. Well, the thing is, you don't present as one. Well, what do you mean? I'm not. Well, they've told me for 5 years that I am schizophrenic, yeah. I'm like, right, but you're too warm. Well, what does that mean? Like, friendly and that. You're too sociable. What? Oh, right, yeah. And that's not a trait. You just can't be schizophrenic if you have them traits, you see. So that was one indicator to them. It weren't long before they told me. What else did they say? Anyway, it just says you're not. You are this, bipolar. Do you agree? And I was like, well, I had to think about it. They didn't just ask me verbally, they gave me all this information, what it was, talk me through what it was here. I was like, well, looking at what you've presented me here, it does make more sense that, there's obviously something wrong with me over the years, but now I know now, that's trauma-based. That's reactionary to severe mental trauma, you see. So, wow, I don't enjoy living here, but I have to. So, but it doesn't, I don't know. I've been in other hotels, I didn't enjoy it, but I had to do it, It didn't, it's just something you have to do, ain't it? You have to deal, as I say to Jazz, whatever comes your way each day, like we said, didn't we? This is what's on our list today, Jazz. Now let's see what occurs, shall we? We know what we're meant to be doing, where we're meant to be and at what time, but let's see whatever shit comes our way as usual. And we'll just have to deal with it. That's what we have to do. But it doesn't mean we're not incapable of doing it. It don't mean we're necessarily ill, And that's the other thing here. With the wrong diagnosis comes the wrong meds. So, as it goes, Prozac ain't good for bipolar people. No, don't get me started on that. Ain't the best drug for many people, but it's thrown at you very widely. And, okay, come on. Even Dad's been on it. Yes, he has. He had a bit of a breakdown shortly before, well, not shortly, maybe 2 years before he's living at home, before he fought Mum off. Went up to the old GP and he was given them. He didn't, whether he took them or not, I do not know. They were up in the medicine cupboard. Then on one day, he just didn't take them. You're not meant to do that. I've done it in the past, about 98. You're not meant to do it. It's not good for you, especially the one I was on. What was it? It wasn't sertraline. One that's not used anymore because people have withdrawn from it or experience feelings of suicide on it. I don't think you can get it now. I've not heard of it recently for those reasons, because of those severe side effects, fatal side effects basically. So they were giving me 60 milligrams of Prozac a day, yeah, as a schizophrenic. Something else and something else, but what they did do, yeah, given, well, come out of prison, no fix the bone, blah, 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 live for months independently, not well, then get picked up, that's it, everything's thrown at me then. I'm out the flat I've been in. Yeah, you're coming with us. Where are we going? You're coming to this respite centre. Oh, yeah. In most, okay then. Oh, yeah, yeah. Round here, is it? Right, not far from the centre, behind the coat, round there. So it's like, right, it's like a 3-bed house. I've got a room. And then the other rooms, as they should be, every 72 plus hours are gone. And a new person rocks up for some reason. I don't know how they got around this. I say, dear. I think it's because I wasn't ill enough to hospitalise yet. A bit of a risk in the community. Well, I'd know where to go. The same thing would have occurred again. My mental health would have become so impaired. I might not be stood here today, let's put it that way. So, they, you rock up for your medication, so they have it there or whatever. And then they start to think about, well, you're going to move out now, move on in your life here, but you'll have to be in what's considered supported accommodation. I was like, well, as you can imagine, I weren't too happy, but I had fuck all choice. I had to do it. So this CPN, yeah, drove me around a few places. I was like, yeah. I was really not very engaged in life at all. I wouldn't get up. I didn't get dressed. What was the point? I couldn't see one. I've, fairly sarcastic to him all the time. Didn't see no point, but I had to do it. I appeared to wake up every day, therefore I had to get on with it. And then I chose this one year. I was like, well, it's the best of a bad bunch, but here I am. Dad came, furnished it all. This is guilt money, yeah. Nothing in there, and we went in. Then a couple of trips down to the village, a couple of trips to Old Argos and that. I've got this, and this, you see. Yes. So, and then we weren't there long. 6 months off to another house, just me and my housemate, yeah. So, it was still supported accommodation. A woman used to come round, not every day, same time, similar time, yeah. Come in, have a little chat, and fuck off. That was it, that's all she did. That's all they did. In addition to that, I had a CPN then, because obviously I would. Because I don't warrant what I'm warrant. Well, for years they won't give me one, no. They've been asked, but no, I don't seem to get one. But she would come round. Being schizophrenic, I would have had that level of attention, you see. So yeah, she used to come round. Well, a few of them, they didn't last long. No, they were off. They're meant to have what's called continuity of care. There was none. No, here I am again, another, oh, you're a new one, are you? Yeah, sit on the sofa. Yeah, he's a nice dog, ain't he? What are you up to? Well, this, and this. That was it. You were checked on. Off they went, they ticked their boxes. They were gone. So, but what they did, back in, when I moved to supported accommodation, independent living as it is in the community, but supported, because of your mental health diagnosis, you'd potter off and get your own meal, did they not? I think even the CPN used to bring around. But anyway, contained within that, every day, 7 days a week, all the time, 7.5 millisopiclone, in addition to a lot of lorazepam, yeah, which I took. I did take. I'd take as much as they'd fucking give me. Never awake. Bearing in mind, I wouldn't get up in the day, yeah. Not really. Apart from to fuck off out the door for a fag. That was it. I didn't eat. What was the point? I could have cooked. Didn't. Toast. That was it. I didn't. When we moved to the new place, I thought, well, we have our own kitchen and that was easier, weren't it? I started to cook again then. But there, no, I didn't bother. In fact, the CPN said one day she comes round, 12 o'clock. I went, oh yeah, you're here, yeah, I know it is 12 o'clock. And she goes, why are you in your pyjamas then? I went, what? I said, why not? I ain't exactly got much going on, love, have I? And you're here to ask me why I'm in my pyjamas. What was I meant to do? Put my best suit on because I knew you were coming round, you cunt. They do expect that level of respect, and you know, it's just like they don't deserve it. Anyway, lorazepam, yeah. So, well, I got to a point in my life when we moved, got the dog, etc. I knocked they didn't. I still got him in my script. All them sleeping tablets, yeah. And all the lorazepam. I didn't take them, you see. So, they were there, like in the little packs, just there. And one day, I think it is because, obviously, bearing in mind they're pumping me full of 60 milligrams of Prozac here, and it ain't good for you. A, that's a high dose. B, and C, typically people who do have, you know, the ability to develop bipolar later in life for one reason or another, ain't good for them at all. So, I was alright one minute, and the next bit, that's it, I'd had enough. I was gone. I've taken overdoses, that was it, I'd had enough. I don't even know what caused it. It's pre-Jazz, she's not around, the dog's there, but for whatever reason, that's it, I'd had enough. And my housemate at the time here they're in the bathroom, just on this shelf here, all the meds. And I says, I'm off now. He practically kicked the door down here, wrestled them out of my hands, and he got to the toilet before I did, yeah. So that didn't go down too well. They're gone. I thought, the little monkey, I knew he did it. He'd help himself to them, you see, because they're quite relaxed and make you chill out here. So I thought, well, there's some underneath his pillow. I know there will be. So that was it. I'm off up the stairs. The dog's behind me. And a fight ensued. But there weren't enough there to do for calls. So I was like, fuck you then. That's it, my chance are gone. My only chance are gone. And then he followed it up. Noticed this probably wasn't the best to keep giving her loads of toxic fatal meds. She couldn't save up and consume you. He wrote to the doctors, never again. Can I get him? No. All they offer me, I don't want them. I know what for. I don't like them, they're no good, diazepam. No. You can try giving me, but I'll say no thanks. I'm alright for them. And I said no. No. They won't give me. No. Not anymore.